All right, cool. We lit. We're live on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. But how many more times do I have to say I love us? Like, for real, how many more times? Like, oh, man. Does someone say edibles? Like, what? All right, we got some things to get into today. Okay? Let's start here. Because, mind you, I don't know too much about this news. I don't really know which way to go. I saw Koala drop the video. Maybe we can start with his video to get a better understanding so I can record my own video. But something's going on, and I don't know if this is going to be a good thing, if I'm going to be honest. So, YouTube, what's poppin'? Welcome to the party. I mean, y'all late, but welcome to the party. All right. So we're probably gonna start with Koala's video first. You know, it makes sense. So, with that being said, let me turn off this record button. Let's sit back. Let's vibe. This is our first video on YouTube for today. Let's just go ahead and step into the festivities, all right? We're a little late, but we locked in. Let's make it happen.
Have you ever thought OVO was working for everybody? Have you ever thought OVO was working for me, him, her, them, they,
him, her, him.
Okay. All right. So all them freaking chains you was giving out meant nothing. All them chains. Oh my God, you get a chain. You get a chain. Not you, Mao. You still don't get a chain. You started giving out these chains, and now you're gonna sell 50% of the OVO brand, the style, the swag.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what that chain made out of, but it pretty much means nothing, because if we can find OVO in Walmart, that ain't good.
Them chains is 50% off. Them chains not even theirs. The chains that Ben the Don and Akademiks, I don't know who else you gave a chain to. The chains that they are wearing are now 50% freaking authentic brands group. I don't care. Even if the chain...
That's what you call a good old-fashioned clearance sale.
Ain't really about it. It's about the clothes. I don't care. The chain is 50% authentic brands group. The OVO chain is 50% authentic brands group. ABG.
Oh, that's your merch. Oh, look at Vibrant's merch.
Wait a minute, Drake. So let me get this straight. You willing to buy all these
Flexing My Network adjacent merch coming soon. Hopefully the side merch can revive the main merch, and we can get the website back, and we can start selling the OG merch that we made, you know, because them damn Drake fans deleted the merch store. So I got to make a whole new merch store. But before we get that back, let's have a merch store on the side so we can get the original one back. All right, let's go ahead and do that. I still can't believe they deleted the merch store. Are you serious? They deleted the merch store. Why? Why? That's so stupid. But either way, Flexing My Network merch will be returning soon. Working on some designs right now.
Historical hip-hop relics or musical relics.
Yes, Tiff, already.
Michael Jackson glove.
Yeah, everything's gone.
Buy the freaking Tupac ring.
Yeah, Ron, everything's gone. We got Alex on YouTube. What's up?
Pharrell chains, Tupac rings. Michael Jackson gloves, and you can't even keep control of your own shit. You're so busy trying to buy somebody else shit, you can't even keep 100% of your own shit. Let me get that. I want that glove. Fuck my clothes. No. I don't care about my brand. Everybody can have my brand. Everybody can have my brand. Everybody can get it. It's not exclusive no more. All y'all can get it. I want to go on my way to buy a fake Tupac, Tupac chain. I want to go on my way to buy a Snoop Pac chain, the Tupac ring, Michael Jackson glove, Pharrell chains. I want to go out my way to buy those, but forget my stuff. I don't care. My stuff don't mean nothing. Let everybody have my shit. I want their stuff.
Rain of facts.
Drake is reportedly selling 50% stake in OVO to Authentic Brands Group. Authentic is a licensing giant behind the brands like Reebok, Champion, Forever 21, Brooks, and Sports Illustrated. Wow.
What? Oh my God! Oh my God! Reebok, Champion, Forever. Oh my God! Oh my God! No, because I work retail too. I work security and I work retail. The retail store I work at, bro, the Reebok clothing doesn't move. The Champion clothing barely moves. New Balance clothing barely moves. Oh my God. I hope they have a good business plan because, bro, the fact that Reebok and Champion are not moving right now, that's concerning. That is actually very concerning. Oh my God. While also managing the rights to cultural icons like Elvis, Marilyn Monroe, Muhammad Ali, and Shaquille. Obviously, Shaquille. Oh, OVO might actually be in Walmart. Because Shaquille O'Neal still has his sneakers in Walmart to this day. And then Brooks, the Brooks insoles, they still sell those in Walmart too. Yo. There's no way OVO is going to be in Walmart. There's no way.
Also managing the rights to blah, 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 blah. You are freaking selling, or you are partnering, or they have half of your freaking brand. You are selling half of your brand to freaking.
Kendrick just got to deal with Reebok. Hopefully, it's gonna be good.
It's no more of these official OVO only found into this certain kind of store to get this purchase. No, now we can see official OVO clothes on the clearance rack. We can see OVO chains all in Forever 21. Mad OVO chains in Forever 21.
Nah, they're gonna have OVO chains and Simons.
Forever 21 Savage. Forever 21 Savage. If you want official clothes from Drake, you already saw the commercial. Have to go to an OVO store. You could walk into a damn Walmart. Go to Macy's and get official OVO clothing. Go to Champion. Go to Reebok. You know what they gonna do? The deal is roughly between 50 million to 150 million. They're giving Drake roughly 50 to 150 million. He's selling it for 50%. It's like roughly 50 to 150 million, right? So what they do now is like Drake can no longer be like, hey, Drake has lost. Drake does not, the thing that, is kind of crazy because the whole UMG thing, trying to hurry this and buy out his album. And do y'all all see the desperation that he's freaking desperate for money? And he's like, oh my God, I'm really losing out on a lot of stock. I have to do these things to regain what I've lost. Drake is in desperation mode, and we all see it unfolding. How do y'all not? Does the Drake owls, the Drake hoes, do they not see how easy it is to know that Drake is in desperation mode? There's no way for them to try to freaking spin this in a positive light, especially from all the.
No. So it's not saying that the deal went through. It's still in talks. All right, it's still in talks. It's not saying that they made a deal. They're still in talks for the deal. That's why it says Drake is reportedly selling a 50% stake in OVO to Authentic Brand Groups or Authentic Brands Group. They never struck gold yet. They're still in talks, but if this goes through, it doesn't even matter how much money he gets in the back end. All right, first of all, 50% stake of OVO, half. That means you got to be a part of decisions. But if they outbid you on decisions, then they can override you. 50%? Not even 60? Not even 70? You want to give up 50? Oh my God. You understand how easy it is to override somebody in a 50% deal?
Right? It's no way for them to spin this in a positive light. If you look at his timeline and how he's freaking, we hating with evidence today, yo. I ain't gonna lie. We hating with evidence today. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even mean to, because I'm trying to see this in a way where it may be beneficial for Drake in the long run.
Alex, you're absolutely right.
All I see is disaster.
It's definitely a money grab, but the desperation. Hold on.
You know, Owen.
It's definitely a money grab, but in this situation, it's actually desperation. Of course, none of us can even compare to that tax bracket, but to be in that tax bracket, especially in Canada, is not cheap. People that are wealthy around Canada, they lose money. Like it's like when you're driving a car and your car be leaking gas or your car be leaking oil. Like, bro, like for real, like you're literally leaking funds in Canada because the way they be taxing the rich around here. A lot of people like it, but the rich be hating it. I be talking to some wealthy people in Toronto, especially when I was working security. They be pissed off sometimes. Like, yo, we can't even stay here because of how much money we be leaking out.
Massive debt. All I see is him hiding behind debts and freaking need another way to freaking pay off the debts that he already owed. And whether it's freaking the lawyer fees, whether it's freaking UMG lawsuit, whether it's the freaking lawsuits with freaking the gambling, the racketeering lawsuits, all these everything that's unfolding right now, it dates back prior, and now he's seeing it happen in the real time what Drake is doing, right? And it's documented. He's selling this not because he's trying to do a power move. He's selling because he's going for broke. And I don't mean like going for actual broke, but if you compare this to what happened with Michael Jackson in 1995, when Michael Jackson had bought the freaking Beatles he bought the Beatles catalog for like $47 million, and then he was living a lavish lifestyle, you know, racking up a whole bunch of freaking bills, living this freaking lavish lifestyle, freaking going through the lawsuits with the allegations. He had to do a lot of lawyer fees and everything that's going on. He gained up massive amount of debt where he had to pay off by selling half of the Beatles. So Michael Jackson had sold half of the Beatles, which is roughly like $150 million, I think, to regain, you know, stability in what he was owing. You can freaking go to do the same thing in comparison to Drake trying to live this lavish lifestyle, going through the lawyer fees. I'm just trying to let y'all know the timelines is kind of crazy.
Man. First of all, Shadow, yes, happy Black History, but happy Juneteenth. I almost said Black History Month. Honestly, we can treat June like Black History Month. I ain't give a damn. It's like Black History Month Part 2. But happy Juneteenth, bro. Real talk. Hope you're having a good day. There's some things I want to say about this. I'm not gonna lie. Does he still have his plane? Yes. Alex, don't let me talk about that plane again. I've talked about that plane one too many times. Okay, I know Tiff know. I know Quickie know. I know Ron know. I talk about that plane a lot. It's easy to get. It's definitely affordable for him to purchase a plane. But for you to keep maintenance on the plane, engine checking, gas, hangars to keep your plane in, because you can't keep your plane with the regular fleet of airplanes for customers. So I don't know where your hangar is, but I know for a fact if you have a hangar for your plane, I hope you built it, because if you're renting out, Wow. Okay. Let's not forget for fueling. Okay. Fueling in every different country you go to. All right. You like to go to Turks and Caicos. Right? How much does fuel cost out there? What's the conversion rate? Don't let me talk about that plane again. I'm just saying. Lawyer fees. Yup. He doesn't have his own songs to sell, correct? Nope. So for his catalog, it's from he has So Far Gone, but between So Far Gone and Scorpion, or sorry, Thank Me Later and Scorpion, that's UMG's. Certified Lover Boy and Up is his. Crazy. So what does he have to sell? Merch, t-shirts, big giant pillows. He hasn't been repo yet? Nope. And you have to have an entire crew that you pay for all the time on. Yup. Absolutely. You gotta pay the captain, you gotta pay the crew. Okay, like it's not cheap. And well, you know the whole war thing that's really made the jet fuel very expensive. Absolutely, Alex. These are gems. Don't forget Cash Money. What's good, Shanice? How you feeling? Got a lobby. Lying to him. Security. Yup. You better pay your security right, too. Yeah. He needs a fly economy like Rick Ross.
Crazy. Lawyer fees. Lavish lifestyle, and then selling your brand or selling your freaking, what you've owned for 50%, for 50 to 150 million to get back stable again, because you could see the decline in your numbers. Y'all up there trying to tell me that he up and he doing all this, and Drake is always gonna be number one, and this number is that, and I'm seeing in real time of everything unraveling, everything spiraling right in front of y'all. Y'all cannot tell me this is gonna be something he done in a positive light. Y'all cannot tell me this. This man no longer has freaking 100% say so on how his freaking clothes get marketed. If Drake say, "Hey, I only want to give out 500 hoodies," freaking ABG can say, "No, I gave you 150 million. I want to give out 50,000 hoodies.
Yep.
I don't want 500 exclusive hoodies." That does not help our brand. We got mad stores to fill up with OVO. So you trying to do 500s? No, we're not doing that. I want to do 50,000 hoodies. We're going to sell out 50,000 hoodies. 30,000 of those hoodies going to be retail
Alex,
price.
are you serious? The litigation costs?
30,000 retail price. Not exclusive. It ain't exclusive for 30,000. Retail price hoodies we're going to sell for $30,000. So let's say OVO hoodies for 200.
Wow.
30,000 of them. Then when it hits springtime and people don't really wear hoodies no more, we're going to see 20,000 of these hoodies just on the rack, just collecting dust. What do? We chop off 60%, 70% of those hoodie prices and put them on the clearance rack. You'll be able to get clearance rack OVO hoodies near springtime.
But here's the problem with OVO clothing. It's not hard to find because they have OVO stores. They have OVO shops to find these clothes. They're not hard to find. You can order it online. The thing is that the clothes are not moving. Nobody has interest in buying the clothes here. A lot of people need to understand that. OVO is not some secret brand that you can't find nowhere. It's available to buy. Nobody's wearing it. The people that are buying OVO here in Canada specifically, and I went over this before in past videos, is international citizens that live here. International citizens, they're going to look at the logo and say, "Oh, is that Drake? Is that Drake's logo?" Like, yeah, they're literally going to say that and go and purchase. It's the same thing. I already went over him appealing and showing interest and love into Middle Eastern cultures, because he does technically look like a Middle Eastern. If you literally go on Instagram or Google to see what a modern day Middle Eastern man looks like, they got braids. They got cornrows. All right, a lot of Middle Eastern people got cornrows now. This ain't some sacred thing no more. Everybody can get cornrows. Okay, like, So please understand, like, all of these things are available to buy. It's just that it's not moving here. Nobody's showing interest in buying OVO merch. It's actually insane. When you bring a lawsuit against a company or a person and it is dismissed by the judge because it said your case is not really a case, and all the money the other side had to spend litigation to defend on the... Wow. Koala said his clothes are going to be in Forever 21 is crazy. Holy. You don't have a Forever 21 there no more? I think there's one in New York. There's definitely one in New York. And it doesn't look good? Nah. And in state court, you have to pay the attorney fees and costs just... Oh, my God. He's not winning that appeal? Why did you think that's smart?
$30, $40, $60.
Something, no.
You'll be able to see them OVO hoodies that was $200 before in the winter or whatever. They'll be freaking $50, $60 on a clearance rack and freaking Macy's.
Bro, they're going to be $49.99.
Official OVO hoodies.
Listen, they're going to be $49.99, and OVO clothing is going to be competition for Tiff's clothing, all right? So, Tiff, you better get to work. You're going to have some competition.
On a clearance rack. Drake has no more say-so in how he wants to have his merch get put out there. I paid you this much. I got half of the amount of money you're going to make from it, and I make half the decisions. I'm not going to allow you to say, I only want to give out 500 hoodies. Box. No, I want 50,000. I got mad stores to bring this OVO brand to
after a while?
For the people.
That's a good question.
Right? But that's not all. That's not all that Drake had lost trying to regain stability and him freaking losing a lot of money due to the lawsuits. He has so many pending lawsuits. He got mad legal fees and his lavish...
I've never seen one rapper with so many lawsuits attached to their name. That's actually crazy.
Lifestyle, and how his numbers hasn't been the same since way back then, so he doesn't have that same freaking mass appeal. On top of that, he did all that. I gotta give UMG these many songs to reconstruct my deal.
Only getting the songs.
Do you see the desperation that's going on with Drake right now? That being said, OVO owes money. Yo, I'm not lying to y'all, bro. We in our bag today. Los Angeles ARI OVO Growth Capital has commenced litigation to the Supreme Court of British Columbia against October's very own OVO, the lifestyle apparel and entertainment company co-founded by Aubrey Drake Graham, freaking Oliver, Noah, 40, Shabib, and led by Chief Executive Officer Derek Drex Jankar. The litigation seeks recovery of approximately $4.6 million allegedly currently due and owning, together with contractual default interest, legal fees, lender expenses, enforcement costs, and additional amounts continuing to accrue, whatever that is, under the governing financing agreements. Overview and litigation. The litigation arises from a series of institutional financing transactions entered between ARI and OVO during 2025 after OVO sought external growth capital as part of the broader financing strategy. During 2025, ARI provided financing through multiple separate transactions, including a senior secured credit facility in May 2025 and 5 separate convertible promissory notes issued between July and August 2025, with aggregate principal of approximately $5.2 million. Let's see, we scroll down. Let's scroll down. According to the filed complaint, OVO subsequently defaulted under the governing financing agreements after failing to make required payments and breaching additional contractual obligations. On February 27, 2026, ARI delivered a formal notice of default after multiple contractual events of default had occurred and were continuing under the financing documents. On May 27, 2026, ARI received a wire payment of approximately $3.8 million. According to the complaint, however, this payment represented only a partial payment of the total amounts owed under the financing agreements. The complaint further alleges that the payment did not originate directly from OVO, rather the wire was transmitted from an account identified as ADG Sound Inc. management account and reference OVO notes. Despite this partial payment from the third party, substantial freaking contractual obligations remain outstanding. According to the complaint, OVO has now taken the position that it owes nothing further, notwithstanding the prior written acknowledgments contained in the forbearance agreement. ARI disputes the position and alleges that approximately $4.6 million remains contractually due and owing. So I just want to let y'all know that they have another pending lawsuit. OVO has another pending lawsuit. Of receiving a loan from freaking ARI. They're suing Drake for $4.6 million. OVO was claiming that they didn't have to pay off that. They already paid off what they agreed upon. But ARI is saying, no, y'all did not. Y'all have still outstanding balance. And the crazy thing about the timeline, bro, it's so crazy right now. The crazy thing with the timeline, it says they did all these things. It issued between July and August. What happened in August? Let's find out what happened in August. When did Drake freaking partner with Amazon? Oh, in August.
I can see what they're doing. What he's doing. I can see it. I feel it. I can. He's cooking.
When I tried it.
First of all, not to hear Henry. Not to hear Henry. That's crazy. That's actually that dude is actually one of my favorite soccer players on the France team way back in the 2000s. He was my favorite, but yo, I don't want to hear nothing about billionaire ever again. I don't want to hear nothing about rich ever again, because if you're rich, this should not be an issue. In fact, this should not even be an article. I don't want to hear nothing about wealth ever again. His bracket that he makes money in is definitely high, but the fact that you fund people in Toronto, you fund their lifestyles so they can live like you, is crazy. Because half the time I be sitting down, I'm like, how do these dudes have money? Because Drake be funding their lifestyles. Why? Is this how you take care of the members? I'm not going to say gang members because that'll be foolish. But is this how you take care of the OVO members? Huh? Is this what they do in OVO? Is this how the members are taken care of? Is this like the members' salary? Is there a salary program in OVO where they can get a monthly or a bi-monthly salary or whatever? Is that how that works? Because I'm sitting here trying to figure it out. I've heard this from multiple sources, not just one. Of course, I can't give away my sources. But the people that I've heard that he be funding their lifestyle, there's truth within these individuals that I trust. It's just crazy if that's really true. Because you need to get your own ducks in order before you hand out money like that. This ain't God's plan, alright? This ain't Scorpion. You gotta stop that. This guy out here giving money to the members. Let them get money their own way.
I try to hate with evidence. So ARI gives you the $5.2 million or whatever amount of money you needed, that you owed, that you defaulted. And it just so happened that you was going through this.
Does he have any real friends? I don't know. Maybe.
August
Baka.
is also the process
40?
where you freaking partner up with Amazon. So it's kind of
It's
like
a payment to shut the F up. Yup.
A pseudo Ponzi scheme. It's kind of like a pseudo Ponzi scheme that Drake is doing, where he took a loan from a company and then he's using that loan to freaking partner up with Amazon to freaking put his merch and get his warehouse going on, put that merch up there, sell all them freaking body pillows and them pooper scoopers, and then you will give back whatever the amount of revenue you make to Amazon, you'll pay back the freaking loan.
But you never made enough.
The freaking loan you got from ARI. But what happened was that I'm going to assume that Amazon didn't pan out how you wanted to pan out. You didn't get the revenue that you desired, so you end up screwing over the loan, and now you're dealing with a lawsuit right now. You needed another third party, and here you go with the Ponzi scheme again, where allegedly, the pseudo Ponzi scheme where you keep borrowing from other people. And I know how Ponzi schemes is not like kind of like this, but I'm gonna just put it like it's like a Ponzi scheme. So excuse me. But you keep borrowing from other freaking vendors or loaners, and then you're hoping to gain that money from another party to pay back the loan that you got. But the party that you wanted to get it from, Amazon, the revenue didn't match. So you had to use another third party to pay off the debt. And they still didn't pay off the full debt. They say you still owe $4.6 million. So you going around out here trying to figure out the finances and trying to figure out how can I pay these lawsuits back. And they come to find out, this is why you would sell OVO, the brand, 50%. This is how you get back in good graces and you get stability back from the lawsuits, with freaking the gambling lawsuits, the racketeering, the lawsuits with UMG, and the lawsuit with OVO. You got so many lawsuits, so many legal fees that you're going through. That this is how you get back.
Yo, what the?
This is how you get back stable again. Oh my God! When you see Drake open up Amazon, that was the right there. You should have already had the antennas up. Why would you open up Amazon?
My antenna's been up.
Everybody can freaking buy my shit. Mass product. They up there producing the product in masses, and freaking we saw the desperation right there when you freaking partner up with Amazon to do the warehouse thing. Oh my God, I gotta freaking put these what they had the warehouse all in ice and everything like that. All that shit be costing money to make your warehouse look like that. All that stuff costs money. The lifestyle you live, the promotion, the way you tried to promote the Iceman, all that costs money. You was going for broke promoting Iceman. Y'all let me know if I'm reaching. Drake fans, I don't know how y'all can freaking spin it in a way that's positive. When all doing that treasure hunt, doing that CN Tower, that wasn't UMG helping you out with that. You did your own paid promotion. You went out your way to do all that promoting and freaking to live this lifestyle to make it seem like you are okay, to help your Iceman album freaking be pushed and make sure that you're still on top of the world and breaking all these dang records. And it seems like the Iceman project, the product, is not bringing back the revenue you desired. You spent so much money on trying to make yourself seem like you're okay. All I care right now is for y'all to see my numbers as far as bot views to make it seem like I'm on top of the world, but behind the scenes, I'm in the hole. Behind the scenes, I spent way too much money to promote myself. I am in the hole. So what I gotta do, I gotta sell 50% of my brand. I gotta freaking accumulate. I gotta freaking gain $50 to $150 million to get the money back I had spent for my promotion, to get the money back I had spent for lawsuits and legal fees, to get the money back I had spent for my lavish lifestyle. I'm doing too much where I'm up there freaking gaining so much debt. I have to find a way to regain stability. And that means I do not care if my official clothing line can now be sold in masses. No more exclusive deals. I can no longer say I want to only give out 500 hoodies. Now I'm over here selling pooper scoopers. I'm selling body pillows. I'm in desperation mode. Now these companies can sell my OVO brand all over the place because I am in dire need of money because I spent way too much. I'm spending way too much money and I'm not receiving it back. I see the whole play. It's no way. It's impossible for any fucking Drake fan to see this in any other light. If you go back dating through the timelines, oh, you partner with Amazon. That's kind of weird. Oh, you up there freaking have all these damn lawsuits. Now you over here trying to just bring out bullshit ass albums to get out of your loss, to get out of your UMG deal, to get more money. You're in desperation for more money. I got to get more money. And you have lawsuits up there of you not even paying back what you have asked for in a loan. And then now we're seeing the ending phase of like, yo, this dude Drake is in desperation and in need of money. Now imagine pglang hats being sent everywhere. Imagine exclusive pglang hats, exclusive pglang clothing being shipped everywhere.
You got to be gifted that hat.
Making sure we're keeping the artistic ecosystem still within the umbrella of pglang. We don't want to make sure it ventures off the Forever 21 sporting Reebok champion. No, we want to make sure that this brand that we built, our foundation, is ours. We're not going to allow somebody else to tell that your Drake is working ass backwards. While pglang and Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free are building the foundation of saying, no, this is we are in control of everything that we are doing, whether it's music or our clothes or the way we are able to speak. Drake is doing the exact opposite. He's going further and further into debt, where he's like, all right, forget it. I don't care about my clothes. I'll sell off my clothes. I'll sell off my I'm gonna sell out on albums. I'm gonna sell out on albums. I'm gonna just drop 3 weak ass albums because I'm gonna sell out because I want to just hurry up and get some more money. I'm gonna sell out my freaking clothes. I'm up there dealing with all these legal fees, all this debt right there. I gotta sell out on clothes. Fuck it, I don't care that my clothes are not exclusive no more. Just put them in any store and put them on the clearance rack. You can see how Drake is working ass backwards. He's literally freaking putting himself in a deeper hole for money. It's no way for y'all to spend this. And it's kind of weird that the lawsuit or the loan was in freaking July and August, and then that same time in August, Drake goes for Amazon collaboration. You gotta freaking pay attention, y'all. If y'all say I'm tripping, I'm tripping then, but this is not a positive thing. This is the same thing that Michael Jackson had to do when he was going through his troubles. This is the same exact thing. Going through all that legal stuff, it's the same exact freaking. It's like it's history repeat itself. I'm not comparing Drake to Michael Jackson, but I am comparing the fact that Michael Jackson went through the same thing, lavish lifestyle, all these legal fees.
He want to be Hov so
I gotta
bad.
Sell half the Beatles. Drake got lavish lifestyle, all these lawsuits. I gotta sell half my brand. He's selling half of his brand. He no longer has the freaking a complete say so over the OV hoes. He don't even have control over his own owls. Them owls not even his no more. That's crazy. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, though. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and out. Bye.
I wasn't trying to bring this name up, but Chris Brown still has his clothing line. Hey, one artist that I know got their financials in order is Chris Brown. He still has his clothing line, Black Pyramid, which is crazy, but yeah, he still has his full ownership too. I think Chris Brown owns a couple restaurants as well, but who's asking? Okay, so I'm getting a better understanding of the situation so I can... God damn! 30 minutes? Because I was going to watch this. It looks like everybody is going to that article. What website is that article on? But then again, I'm not trying to read all that. I ain't going to lie to you. Where Vil at? I'm going to need that video, gang. Where that do? I got some things to talk about with that situation, though, at least. It looks like a lot of people are doing it back to back, too. So it's like the lawsuit and OVO. Lawsuit, OVO. That's crazy. I got to start recording, though. More like boutique is wild. Black Pyramid don't sell enough for it to be a clothing line. Hey, he still got it, though. Josh, shut up, bro. Thank goodness my last client is done. Good. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh, that looks like a interesting video, actually. Might have to check that one out. Alright, so I got to do my own video on this situation now. So my thing is like, let's go back here for a second. Let's go back here because I can use this photo alone and throw out my own thoughts. Because for someone that's familiar with the retail space, for someone that's familiar with how like retail distribution works, because we literally learned this in college of how it works, and then at the same time we can talk about how who's buying OVO. We can go more in depth on that. We can talk about, there's so much to talk about with this little post right here. So I'm definitely going to start here with the recording, and then we're going to figure out the rest. All right. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business because I got my own thoughts to give out. You know, I could do a reaction to this and make it easy for myself, but I want to give myself a little challenge for today. You know, today is a good day. The weather is nice outside. This fan is hitting. You know, it's a little hot outside, which is good because later in the night when I'm working security, because I do have work tonight, you know, time's going to fly. And I love it when time flies when I'm working security. You know, I just love that shit. But one thing I got to say first. One thing I got to say first is that a lot of people need to understand with situations like this, you can't spin this to make it positive. You can try your best. Hold on, let me say that again. Let me say that again because I think that's a message right there in itself. I need Drake fans to really understand what I'm about to say right now because what y'all need to understand is that you can't spin this situation to make it positive. Sorry. Oh my God, I keep forgetting. Bear with me. I gotta get out of OBS because OBS be lagging on me. That's why I be cutting up. But I need Drake fans to really understand this. Because with situations like this, you cannot spin this to make it positive. You can try your hardest to do so, but at the end of the day, it's going to fall flat. Because you guys need to understand, it's the percentage that makes this very concerning. Now, I do understand all of this is alleged. I understand that this is not a done deal. They're still in talks. But if they're making a post, that means the talks are going in a way that they want it to go. Or at least it's going in a way where they can get bread in their pockets. Right? A lot of people need to understand that. So let's go ahead and read this real quick. Breaking. Drake is reportedly, and the keyword there is reportedly, selling a 50% stake in OVO to Authentic Brands Group. Authentic is a licensed giant behind the brands like Reebok, Champion, Forever 21, Brooks, and Sports Illustrated, while also managing the rights to cultural icons like Elvis Presley. I don't know about cultural icon. He's a cultural copy. Marilyn Monroe, Muhammad Ali, and Shaquille O'Neal. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're dealing with for today. This is actually concerning news. All right, because October's very own Aubrey's brand might be giving half of itself away. And there's actually a problem with that more than an actual solution. Because at face value, a lot of people are going to take this as a smart business move. But with a smart business move like that, where you're giving away 50% of your ownership, making it very difficult for you to make changes, by the way, regardless if you want, for example, let's take this for example. If you have an idea for your brand, for your merch, you can't ship the idea anymore. You have to present the idea to the person that bought 50% stake in it. And now they got to sit there and decide if they want to get on board with you or not. Now, judging how OVO clothing is looking right now, because a lot of people need to understand in Canada, OVO clothing is actually not moving the way people are assuming. It's really not. Are people buying it? Absolutely. But are they buying it at a large rate, at a large influx? Absolutely not. OVO stores are not busy unless it's around holiday times or back to school times. That's usually when they're discounted. Now, what's the exact discount? I do not know personally, but I need people to understand it's not moving the way people think. Another thing that I've mentioned in videos in the past is that a lot of international citizens that do live in Canada are definitely buying OVO clothing. You're going to see a ton of them all over the place. With Iceman, the Iceman Project, how he I don't remember the exact song, but I remember him giving shout outs to the Middle Eastern culture. For here in Canada, Middle Easterns actually do love Drake to death. They love Drake to death because they see part of him in them, right? So like with the braids, with the beard, there's a lot of Middle Easterns here that be copying or emulating that look. So trust and believe me, don't be surprised when you see other people, for example, the couple guys and girls that were where they had their Drake lookalike party or the Drake lookalike contest. All right, you think those are light-skinned individuals? No, not all of them were. All right, so these are things a lot of people need to understand about what happens in Canada, because outside these borders, a lot of people are not going to know this information. So, continuing along, what's up, Crown? How you feeling, gang? So continuing along, you also got to think about the retail side now. So when you look at the retail side, looking at Reebok, Champion, does it sell still? Absolutely. It does not sell how it used to, though. When Champion first came back, when Champion was on the block and it was hot again, it was definitely moving. But a lot of people need to understand is that what's going on with retail, what's going on with clothing right now is that not every brand, but there's a lot of popular brands today that has material shortage. So they're not actually producing the quality clothing or the quality styles that they used to do. Champion right now, they do have good styles, or should I say colorways. They have good colorways, but in terms of actually unique streetwear styles, it's really not like that no more. And that's stretched across majority brands. Couple exceptions are Under Armour and Adidas, especially Adidas. When Adidas is sold internationally, their style is actually gets better when you go across the border or you go across the world and you go out in the East. So that's another thing a lot of people understand is that I don't think it's a good idea to be sitting down with Authentic Brands Group or ABG, because it might put your brand, it might put your merch in spaces it probably shouldn't be in. Now, don't get it twisted. When it first launches, it's going to fly, but it's not going to last. The longevity is definitely not going to be there, and that's a bigger issue than people realize, because the longevity is what's going to maintain the mystique behind OVO. The more OVO is in regular stores, I don't know where it's going to be specifically. What does that mean? Huh? We hit the follower goal? Did we actually? Yo, I be hearing like new sounds off of Twitch every day. I swear to God. But Quickie, I gotta be nice. God damn it. Like we hit a sub goal. Hey, shout out to the Flex Mob, bro. We keep moving and we keep growing and we keep being outstanding. Real talk. But continuing along with the conversation, because I don't think it's wise to put OVO in regular stores, because it's going to take away the mystique that OVO once had. When you see OVO collabs, when you see like some NBA jackets or the OVO hockey jerseys, things like that, the mystique is going to be there because those are now going to be collector's items. But for regular everyday OVO wear, it's actually going to bring down the mystique. And the mystique being just like the level of, like, for lack of a better term, like the level of cool that comes with OVO. Because it definitely has some level of like dopeness, but it's not substantial whatsoever. So long-term wise, what their plan should be is to like, how do we continue to make this brand outstanding and stand out from the rest of the brands that we have under us? Or are they even going to consider that? Because at the end of the day, this is a money grab. All right, if I'm correct, the margin that they could potentially be getting is 50 to 150 million, if I'm correct. Okay. A lot of people need to understand the facts and the information that goes into these kind of things, because this is not a good look. This is not a good look whatsoever. You can, like I said, you can try to spin it, but I promise you, this is not a good business move. On top of that, like I said, it's the percentage. Like, it doesn't have to be 50. It could be 40. It could be 30. But 50? Half? You want to give away half? What if you get overridden? It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible for an override. A lot of people need to understand that part. He's paranoid, desperately needing liquid, or both. Absolutely. But it's the fact that that's happening right now. And yes, happy, what's good, Brianne? Happy Juneteenth. My fault. I'm just locked in right now, you know? But the dangers that can come with this move is going to be very astounding. Okay, it's going to be very astounding. So at that point, it's like, it's less about the merch and more about the business. Are y'all going to get y'all business in order? Is the real question, right? Or is this a quick money grab to throw away half of what you built so you can fill up your pockets and pay your bills? Because apparently there's a lawsuit coming out of British Columbia now. But before we get there, I got one final thing I got to say about this right here. This is, like I said, this is not good. But this can be very damaging. This can be damaging because this is you. This is part of you. You've built this up since how long? This has been you this whole time throughout the beef, especially throughout your music videos. The t-shirts, the hoodies keep showing up everywhere you go. That's what built up the popularity for the clothing. But a move like this can take away that character from the brand. So now it's just going to be clothes than a lifestyle. Because a lot of people here did consider wearing OVO as like a lifestyle. I don't know how, but they did definitely consider that. Now it's just going to look like clothes. It's just going to be like clothes, literally. Like, yo, I forgot which brand specifically, but I remember there was a brand that was very popular that's being sold in Costco right now. If your clothes reach Costco, it's game over for the merch. All right, what is keep in mind, OVO Sound, the record label, what is OVO attached to? This can diminish your whole mystique. And I don't think a lot of people are making that connection yet, because the clothes is one thing, but the fact that your record label has the same name, that's concerning. It's like artists are going to walk in the building and be like, yo, can I get a discount, bro? Yo, man, I just need a producer, but yo, can I get like a 25% discount? I got a coupon. Like, yo, can you help me out, bro? Like, bro, that's not good. That is really not good at all. So now it's getting to a point like, what is this move going to do for your future? Because right now, it's not looking bright. We're following this story. We're following the development for a reason. For somebody that's from Toronto, I care. And to see these kind of moves, this rings red lights in my brain. This is not good moves. These are horrible moves. So I pray it works out for you, because on paper, based on what I'm seeing right now, and we're going to get into the actual article, but this is not good. It's not good. It's concerning. Damn, I told y'all, bro. God damn, I literally told y'all. I was literally talking for like 12 minutes just now. I told y'all I can just go. When I start, I can just go. I can literally put that video out and it's halfway done. That's crazy to me, bro. That's literally all off the top of my head, bro. Shout out Koala for the assistance. You know what I'm saying? Like, All right, let me catch up with the chat real quick. Of course, all alleged. I did mention that in the video, so it's okay. Look at it like this: 100% of nothing. He'd rather maintain half than have nothing at all if that has more debt than revenue. Don't apologize, bro. We love it when you're locked in. Shoot, I try my best. Like, I appreciate you, Brienne. Whatever happened to Fubu? Oh, Lord. Adidas has 3 times in Costco. Has 3 items in Costco year round. Ain't nobody know. He is recognizing the decrease in his profile and relevance that's scarring him. That's a valid point that you can use. I think it's time to bring Fubu back. Ooh. Hey, bro, if Fubu can, Fubu, if you want to sponsor Canadian, tap in with me, gang. I wear your shit proud. I swear to God, if you got headbands like this, you know what I'm saying? I got you. Light work. I got a headband, a black headband that say Fubu. That'll be fire. The music came and gone. It was allegedly botted mostly. Well, we did talk about that. Yeah, you locked in. I do what I do. They brought Fubu in part last year-ish. But yeah, so now we got to check out Crew's video. We got to check out Crew's video. So that's going to be an interesting one for sure. After that, in terms of music videos, I mean, not too much. A couple music videos and we're going to get out of here. But we've been streaming for like almost 4 hours. It's been a long time since I streamed this long. Can I say that? Oh, I almost forgot. There's actually a video that I saw on Twitter. Let me hit the record button again because I want to record this. Because somebody was talking about this. I didn't watch it yet, but I saw the reel that somebody posted. And I feel like this is important to watch. So let me just read this at the top. When your entire identity is built on being the exception, finding out you're actually the example has to be devastating. Your throne was always a cage. Oh my God. So I hope this is the right creator. Shout out to Joe Cat. We're going to check out your video right now.
What Drake desperately doesn't want you to know is why he's flooding the market with new music. We see the private jets, the $1 million casino bets, and we think there's no way that the guy who's rapping about how he loves to see other people struggling with their bill payments, no way that he would be hurting for money. But superstars don't go broke the way that normal people do. They don't wake up with $0 the way that normal people do. Instead, they get caught in a liquidity trap. They have hundreds of millions tied up in assets, mansions, planes, but very little cash available when an actual massive bill drops. And right now, those bills are dropping hard. Drake's brand was just sued by a major lender for defaulting on millions in loans. They missed their deadlines so badly that an outside management company had to step in and wire $3.8 million just to stop the banks from freezing their assets. To make things worse, Drake is now trying to sell off half of OVO to mega corporations that own mass market mall brands like Forever 21 and Reebok. That is the definition of a corporate fire sale. This reveals the real hidden incentive behind why a massive artist would flood the market with 3 albums, and also why a team might start to turn to things such as streaming bots. When an empire hits a cash crunch, your music, your merchandise, all become your personal money printer. And if you remember, within the last year, he's been doing partnerships with Disney, Marvel, McDonald's, which are youth-adjacent brands.
There's
the
no
same
money.
audience he's in court suing about being associated with. This is the fastest way to turn public attention into cash to pay off angry lenders. He's not flooding the market because he loves his fans or he's passionate about music. He's doing it because the bills of his lifestyle are officially due. Do y'all understand that he completely floods the market so that nobody else can compete, which means that everyday independent artists are paying out of pocket to fund a billionaire's lifestyle?
Well, he's not a billionaire, but damn! Oh! Nah, when he mentioned ABG as like a house for mall brands, oh yeah, he got me with that one. I'm not gonna lie. He definitely got me with that one. And then the collaborations. Oh my God. Are the collaborations really generating revenue for you? Did McDonald's collaboration really work for you? Because I see a lot of people buying the drink. I see a lot of people with the cup. But fun fact, McDonald's workers were actually stealing the OVO cups to resell on eBay, to resell on Facebook Marketplace. So people can have the cup. But did they really go and get the drink? Oh, God. The amount of times I talk to somebody and they're like, yo, I just stole a fat rack of the OVO cups from work, running out the back door. Bruh. Oh, my God. All those collabs. I don't hear nothing positive about those collabs. They just fall into the wind. That's an issue. That's a problem. That is concerning. Jesus Christ. I wonder if anybody can spin this to make it positive. You know what? I'm sure people have already done it, but that's a challenge. If there's anybody out there that can actually spin this situation to make it positive, you deserve a medal. Because I don't know how you're going to do this. Now, keep in mind, the average listener, and for all the people that's in the chat, you guys are not average listeners. Let's go ahead and make that clear. But for the average listener, they are not intelligent. So maybe you can spin this to make it positive, you know? Maybe you can convince the Drake fans that this is a good move for the future. But Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Yo, I ain't going to lie. Bro, the representation Toronto has, we need better. It's like we need better. Because as far as I see it, the representation that we're getting from Toronto is from The Weeknd, is from Justin Bieber, is from Jessie Reyez. Those three artists in Toronto, they got the whole city on their shoulders. Especially Jessie Reyez, because she just dropped her project. Turns out the last song on her project is featuring Bob Marley. Where did she get the money to get a Bob Marley feature? I just want to know. Because as far as I see it, the estate got blessed. How the hell you get a Bob Marley feature? That's wild to me. But The Weeknd is actually leading the path for artists here because of his business moves. It seems that The Weeknd is making some very good business moves. Justin Bieber just got a fat rack of money from Rolling Loud for what he did. Was it really good? Was it a really good performance any kind of way? No. But there was a reason why that he performed his songs like that. Because he doesn't own them. Justin Bieber doesn't own his old songs no more. Right? So the way that he was doing it on the Rolling Loud stage, playing it off of YouTube, having a karaoke session. Yeah, was it a bad look? Performance-wise, absolutely. But that saved his pockets. That saved his pockets. Just having everybody sing along so he doesn't have to sing. And besides, he knows that his old music is still hot. He knows his fans. So that's mission accomplished through my eyes. Of course, I'm never going to go to a Justin Bieber concert, but just seeing that at work, you did what you needed to do, literally. Now, we've talked about this before when it comes to Drake's catalog. We've already went through this multiple times. From Thank Me Later to Scorpion, UMG has the masters to those albums. From So Far Gone, skipping Thank Me Later to Scorpion. So from So Far Gone, skipping a couple albums to Certified Lover Boy, then Up. Those are yours. Those are under the OVO name. But your biggest projects, Views, Scorpion, More Life. If you're reading this, it's too late. Thank Me Later. So Far Gone. Those are your best albums of your career. And UMG owns them. So it doesn't matter what kind of streaming revenue you're going to get from that. That's going straight to UMG. And shout out to Curtis King, because if you want those back, it's going to take about 30 to 35 years before you can get that back under your name. And that's if they want to give it back. Houston, we have a problem. So make long story short, Drake and Floyd Mayweather are going broke. Oh Lord. Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. Careful, flex, them stands are lurking. Yeah, I know. Let me recession indicator is wild. You didn't know he collabed with Marvel? That's the point. That's the point. That's why it never worked. And I'm a fan of Marvel, so I did see it, but it's nothing really substantial to purchase. Like, unless you're like an actual hype beast, you're gonna make that purchase. But for regular people, they're not making that purchase. Jesus, bro. I can't believe what I'm witnessing right now. This is a big problem. That's crazy. So that second recording is another 10 minutes. So right now, if I was to put this video together, it's going to be about 22 minutes. And I still never saw the full article. God damn, I might have a 30-minute video. Like, I might have a 30-minute video, bruh. All right. So I'm glad I watched that. I'm going to save that last Twitter one for later. But we're going to keep going. We're going to keep doing what we do. All right. Story's not done. Still developing. You know, just closing some tabs so I can, like, give my internet a little breeze. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, boy, let me tell you something. My internet be working when I'm streaming, huh? And I'm dual streaming right now. So trust and believe me. Lord, my internet must be crying tears right now. But we still here. We still locked in. R.I.P. Tgif. Gotta say that again because that shocking news definitely broke us. I know there's some news about it as well. Oh, thank the gods! The veil dropped! Oh, thank you, Jesus! Thank you, Jesus, the veil dropped. I needed you! Pause! I needed you, Nick! Drake at risk to lose OVO after failure to pay debt. Oh my God. Yo, shout out. Yo, listen, eternal shout outs to the Ville, bruh. Real Bro, I need you, gang. I need you to. All right, so at this point, if I was to put the video together, this is like the explanation portion. You know? Came in late. Are we talking about ARI suing for that 4.8? Yes, we are. Take key. Fuck these niggas. Yeah, facts. Wait, House of Laughter was in here? Wait, when was House of Laughter in here? Yo, Mookie was in here? When? I'm trying to scroll up to see his name. I don't see his name. Is Mookie in here for real? Yo, why do I not see his name? He just dropped a sub? On Twitch? Why didn't I get it? Oh, shit. Yo, shout out Mookie, bro. That's gang right there. Real talk. Hold on. Who this? Monkey Love. Oh, shit. Yo, okay, first of all, Monkey Lover, I ain't gonna lie, your name kind of crazy, low key, but you're from Mookie's stream, so shout out to Monkey Lover, shout out to House of Laughter. That's wild, bro. What the hell? That is crazy. Shout out. That's gang right there, bro. That's crazy, bro. God damn. That's the bro right there, bro. What the fuck? Like, that's the guy right there, bro. Real shit, man. Hey, I hope he gets into Streamer University. Real shit. I hope you're working on that video today, too. You got to make sure you put that video today right. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to impress Kai Cenat for real. This nigga actually met Kai Cenat, bro. What the fuck? This nigga actually met Kai Cenat. That's crazy. Holy shit. Your notifications are a little bit broken. That's wild. Mookie wants you to dance for him. Why the hell you want me to dance for him? Are you serious? Why? What do you want? You want me to do? You want me to hit a little jig? Like what? Hold on. Dance is crazy. Saying I had to dance for the sub. I had to work for the sub. Is that what I had to do? Yo, that is hilarious. Mookie wants you to dance for him. I don't. The hell you think this is? Hey, Tiff, my brain is saying things to me like. Oh, my fault, shorty. Like. That is crazy. Hold on. Monkey. That is hilarious. Anyway, we got a job to do. All right, we got a job to do. So let's hit this record button. We got a recap real quick. Oh, gaming. Don't worry, we're about to watch Vill's video, and that's going to be the recap for the whole situation, all right? So it's a 15-minute video. So usually with the Vil and his videos, it's usually 8 minutes. The fact that it's 15 minutes, we're going to get a lot of information in this video, all right? So, hey, if you got something to drink, get yourself something to drink because we're going to go ahead and get into this reaction, all right? Because this one's actually going to be important. This one's actually going to be very important, okay? So, all I got to say is like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. Let's go ahead and dive in with this video right here by the Vil. Big shout outs to the Vil, of course. Friend of the channel. Yo, don't forget to hit the hype button on the video when the video drops. All right? That'll be greatly appreciated. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started with this right here. All right? Let's go. What is going on? I need a better understanding, bruh.
Drake's legal trouble continues to stack up as now his company OVO and the logo could possibly be in jeopardy after they took a loan out from this company by the name of ARI. So apparently Drake's company borrowed money. OVO had paid some of the money back just to get itself out of the debt that it owed this company, but the lender claims that OVO still owes millions of dollars and additional fees, interest, and costs. OVO disputes that. However, if OVO ultimately loses and still doesn't pay, the lender could seek to collect against OVO's assets.
In a worst case scenario, that could put valuable assets, including the OVO label, trademarks, and the logo itself, the owl itself, at risk, but only after a court judgment and collection proceedings. Now, how did this all happen? So the law.
You could lose the logo? Hey, Reno, I got you. It's not even a problem. Thank you for stopping by. You can lose your logo off of this? Oh my God.
Lawsuit is between ARI, OVO Growth Capital LLC, and October's very own ULC. This is a notice of a civil claim. It says here, ARI, OVO Growth Capital LLC brings this claim to recover amounts owing by October very own's ULC under the convertible note purchase agreement and 5 convertible promissory notes issued by OVO to ARI. Between July 14th and August 5th, 2025, OVO issued 5 convertible promissory notes to ARI in the aggregate principal amounts of $5 million. The notes were 5-year convertible debt, instruments containing, among other things, conversion rights, information rights, repayment restrictions, default remedies, and a contractual make-whole fee designed to provide ARI with minimum negotiated return and to protect ARI against the loss of benefit of its bargain if the notes were repaid or otherwise terminated before maturity. OVO subsequently defaulted under the notes by failing to make required payments when due and by breaching other obligations under the governing financing documents. On or about February 27, 2026, ARI delivered a notice of default to OVO identifying multiple events or default and reserving all rights and remedies available under the financing documents and at law. On about March 20th, 2026, ARI and OVO entered into forbearance agreement pursuant to which OVO expressly acknowledged existing defaults and further acknowledged that the indebtedness and other amounts owing under the financing documents were valid, binding, and unconditionally owing without set-off, defense, counterclaim, deduction, or reduction. Thereafter, OVO made a partial payment while disputing its obligation to pay make-whole fee.
But he's supposed to have money, though, because, like, how are you making partial payments is my question. Now I'm confused off of that, just off rip. Because you're supposed to have money for real. Like $4 million, that's technically nothing for you. So I'm just trying to get a better understanding of the situation at this point. Let's continue with the video.
Contractual amount. OVO's payment did not satisfy all amounts owing under the notes because substantial amounts remained due and payable, including the make-whole fee, default interest, enforcement costs, and contractual amounts. As of June 11, 2026, after application of payments previously received, ARI claims remaining unpaid obligations of at least $4,600,000, including amounts owing in respect of the make-whole fee, together with the default rate interest, additional legal fees, and expenses, enforcement costs, ARI's contractual fees, and charges and other amounts that continue to accrue. Essentially, OVO took a loan out from ARI, and ARI is claiming that even though Drake made a partial payment, he still owes them money. Just because he took out the loan and decides to pay it early doesn't mean that he still doesn't owe them money from the agreement that they made. ARI is a limited liability company incorporated under the laws of Delaware, USA. So this lawsuit is in British Columbia, but they have ties to the US. So this means that this is US dollars. OVO is an unlimited liability company incorporated under the laws of British Columbia, which carries on business in British Columbia and other provinces. Says Drake is OVO's majority owner, co-founder, and central cultural figure. OVO generated approximately $72 million in revenue in 2024 and nearly $400 million from 2019 to 2024. While earning those revenues, OVO suffered net loss, specifically negative EBITDA, earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization of approximately $8 million in 2024 and approximately $12 million in the aggregate during the 3-year period from 2022 through 2024. OVO sought external financing, including debt and equity capital, in connection with its business operations and growth initiatives. At the time, an affiliated entity, October's very own merchandising, was subjected to an existing credit facility with Royal Bank of Canada, RBC. In connection with RBC credit facility, Aubrey Drake Graham, Oliver L. Khatib, and Noah Shabib, also known as 40, who were also OVO's principals in connection with the ARI financing relationship, personally guaranteed certain OVO merchandising obligations to RBC. On or about February 24, 2025, Aubrey Drake Graham, Oliver L. Khatib, and Noah Shabib entered into a side letter in connection with the RBC credit facilities in which they personally guarantee a portion of the debt. One release condition of the guarantee obligation was evidence satisfactory to RBC that there had been an equity investment of no less than $30 million in OVO merchandising, and that certain facilities totaling approximately $10 million at the time had been repaid in full. The side letter provided that OVO merchandising could use proceeds from $30 million equity injection to satisfy those identified facilities. Shortly after the side letter was executed in or around March 2025, OVO contacted ARI regarding both near-term bridge capital and contemplated $30 million equity-linked financing. OVO's investor materials stated that the majority of the proceeds from the contemplated $30 million financing would be used for growth marketing, for which OVO had not historically spent material amounts. In connection with the finance process, OVO and ARI were introduced through a mutual connection and thereafter discussed potential financing transactions, including an initial senior secured loan transaction and subsequently the notes. The separate senior secured loan transaction. Before OVO issued the notes to ARI on or about May 16, 2025, ARI Senior Secured Growth Credit Fund LP through ARI agent entered into senior secured loan transaction with October Very Own IP Holdings, an affiliate of OVO. The senior secured loan was secured by OVO intellectual property collateral, including rights relating to the names of October's Very Own and the OVO's OWL logo. The senior secured loan transaction provided for $10 million facility, of which an initial tranche of $2.5 million was advanced. The senior secured loan transaction was separate from the notes and involved different parties, different financing documents, different economic terms, different collateral, and different repayment obligations. Following the closing of the first tranche of the senior secured loan, OVO sought an additional external capital from ARI and its affiliates through the notes as part of OVO's contemplated $30 million equity-linked financing. The collateral included OVO intellectual property, specifically rights associated with October's Very Own, and the OWL.
He's gotta pay almost $5 million or lose 50% of his own brand? Bro! Pay them! Like what? Pay them! $5 million is nothing. Pay them! Oh my God!
Logo. Drake's company, OVO, used the OVO brand and OWL logo as collateral for a separate secured loan. If OVO were unable to repay that secured loan,
he doesn't
those
have it.
assets could potentially be seized or sold by the lender. However, the current lawsuit over the convertible notes involves a different financing arrangement and does not automatically mean that OVO brand is being taken. However, it is up for grabs, though, at this point, because Drake and his team decided to put it up. On March 31st, 2026, OVO Holdings repaid a senior secured loan. The repayment of the senior secured loan satisfied obligations arising under that facility only. The repayment of the senior secured loan did not satisfy, reduce, waive, compromise, or otherwise affect OVO's obligation under the notes, the forbearance agreement, or any other agreement. Pursuant to the purchase agreement, OVO issued and sold to ARI, and ARI purchased 5 convertible promissory notes having an egregious principal amount of $5,234,121.93 as follows. Convertible promissory note number 1, dated July 14th, in the original principal amount of $500,000, another one for $300,000, another one for $1.5 million, $2.3 million, and $500,000. Pursuant to the purchase agreement and the notes, ARI advanced funds to OVO, and OVO agreed to abide by the terms of the convertible debt agreement. The convertible debt agreement provides that ARI has certain conversion rights, as defined and described in more detail below. The convertible debt agreement provides OVO must pay interest on the outstanding principal at 10% per annum, the applicable rate, payable quarterly in advance on the first business day of each other. Any overdue amount bears an additional interest.
Wait. See, now I got a question. Is that the $5 million with interest or without interest? Bro, when I see that word interest, I get concerned. I ain't gonna hold you.
The maturity date for repayment of the notes is June 30th, 2030. God damn. Upon the occurrence of an event of default, ARI is entitled to accelerate the indebtedness and demand immediate payment of all amounts owing. If the notes are repaid or become due prior to maturity date, including upon acceleration following an event of default, OVO is required to pay the make-whole fee, being an additional amount determined in accordance with the notes to provide ARI with the minimum contractual return agreed to by the parties. OVO may not prepay the notes prior to the maturity date. without ARI's consent, and any permitted repayment must include all amounts owing under the notes, including the make-whole fee. And the parties adjourn to the exclusive jurisdiction of the courts of British Columbia in respect of any action or proceeding arising thereunder. They put that boy under the same UMG deal that he got from Lucien Grange, bro. That's the best way that I could explain that shit.
Oh my God. They want to sell OVO first before losing in court so they can pay the debt to save face, and it's without interest. Yo, this is horrible business practices, bro. Oh my God. Yo, this is crazy.
Even if he tries to pay this loan back early, it's not going to matter. They got his ass until 2030, and whatever shit he has to pay it up. If not, his label and the owl is at risk. This shit is crazy, bro. The notes were structured as a 5-year convertible debt instrument that provides ARI with valuable contractual rights to become equity holders in OVO. In specified circumstances, including certain financing transactions and change of control transactions, ARI was entitled to convert amounts owing under the notes into equity securities of OVO rather than receive payment in cash. The conversion rights were subject to pricing protections negotiated by the parties, including a 20% conversion discount and a valuation cap of $200 million. The conversion discount and valuation cap provided ARI with the opportunity in specified circumstances to acquire equity in OVO at a price below that available to other investors and form part of the consideration negotiated by the parties for ARI's investment in the notes. The conversion rights, the conversion discount, the valuation cap, and the make-whole fee form part of a single integrated economic bargain negotiated between the parties. OVO defaulted under the convertible debt agreements by, among other things, failing to make required quarterly interest payments when due. Interest payments that were due beginning in July and August of 2025 were not paid when due and remain unpaid beyond the applicable 3 business day grace period provided under the notes. Such amounts were not remitted until January 2, 2026. Interest for the first quarter of 2026, which was due on January 2nd, 2026, was likewise not paid when due and remained unpaid beyond the applicable 3-day grace period and was not remitted until February 19, 2026. Each failure to pay interest within that prescribed time at applicable grace period constituted an event and default under Section 6. Subsequent payment of certain of those amounts did not cure the consequence of the events of default or waive ARI sites arising therefrom, including its entitlement to interest at the default rate. In addition, certain payments made by OVO were not made in accordance with the payment provisions of the notes, including payments that were remitted to an account held by entity other than ARI. Any such payments did not comply with the notes and did not operate as a waiver or modification of the payment terms. Now, OVO and ARI enter a forbearance agreement. Basically, OVO owes them money now, and they're giving them time so they could pay it back. OVO never pays it back. Shocker, I know. It says OVO failed to pay the outstanding debt during the term of the forbearance agreement or otherwise comply with the terms of that agreement. As a result, the forbearance period terminated in accordance with its terms, and ARI became entitled to exercise all rights and remedies under the convertible debt agreement and the forbearance agreement. ARI delivered a repayment statement to OVO setting out for the amounts ARI calculated as owing under the convertible debt agreement and forbearance agreement, including principal, the make-whole fee, accrued interest, default interest, legal fees, enforcement costs, etc., etc. Contractual amounts ARI advised OVO that payment in full required payment of all such amounts, not merely repayment of principal.
Yo, Bar, I think so. Based on what you said, how can it be paid if they don't know about it? I feel like everything that we've went through so far, I think they did know, but they probably brushed it to the side, if that makes sense. I feel like they just had the idea like, oh, we got to pay him back. Nah, man, we're going to take our time with them. And then forgot about it. Because it wouldn't make sense for them to not know. You got to know this. You got to know this. That's why these guys are taking them to court. But this situation is insane. This is insane.
OVO makes a partial payment that does not satisfy the outstanding debt. On May 27th, ARI received a wire payment of $3.8 million from ADG Sound Management account. The wire details identified the payment reference as OVO notes. ARI received and retained those funds solely as a partial payment on the account and under a full reservation of rights and did not accept them as full payment or satisfaction of all amounts owing under the convertible debts agreement. 3.8 million. God damn. And that's a partial payment. It's crazy to think that Drake owes this much money when he's always bagging on people for not having money. Recently, Rick Ross has been in the light. People have been trashing him using Drake lyrics, saying that he don't got no bread. Whole time, Drake is the one with no bread. How are you going to mock people for not having money when you're the one that owes other people money?
And that's why I do what I do, because you can't lean on one side and not take care of the other side. This is the hypocrisy I keep talking about. You can't say one thing and then be living the same thing you're trying to tell people. That's crazy. That doesn't make sense. That's not good character. That's not how you build as an artist. That's terrible. That's a terrible example for artists here. That's a terrible representation for artists here. Because a lot of artists here are going to see these kind of movements. They're going to see this kind of shit and sit there and be like, oh yeah, this is what I got to do as an artist. All right, bet. No! You got to have your business in order. Mandatory. You got to learn this business. You can't sit there and just be on airplane mode for the whole thing. That's crazy. This is a horrible example. And that's why I keep trying to tell people. I feel like I got to do my rounds on these podcasts again, bro. I got to spin the block on some of these podcasts because people need to really understand. Yo, the way dude is moving is a horrible example of how to move as an artist. It takes a lot of knowledge and information to be great. You have to be smart to be great in this music shit. You can't wing it for the whole thing and then just come up on vibes, be like, yeah, we gonna pay it eventually. No! That's blasphemy. You gotta be smart. That's a requirement now. If you don't want to be smart, then the music industry is gonna rob you dry. That's what they do. That's what they've been doing. That's how they flood their pockets. By robbing artists dry. All because they signed a little piece of paper, bro. That's so crazy to me.
After defaulting under the convertible debt agreement, OVO has attempted to avoid its full contractual payment obligation despite demand.
Raven,
OVO
yes.
to refuse to pay full amounts owing under the convertible debt agreements. As of June 11, 2026, the total amount remaining due and owing pursuant to convertible debt agreement, including without limitation, the outstanding make-whole fee, default interest, legal fees, professional fees, enforcement costs, lender expenses, and other recoverable amounts, is $4.6 million. The amount owing to ARI continued to accrue. So I think that's $4.6 million.
Yo, Bars, let me tell you something. Yo, if you're an artist, I'm just going to tell you this right now. You got to get into the business of trademarking. Because copywriting is not going to protect you anymore. You got to trademark your shit. And the problem with trademarking is that it takes money. So you got to copyright it. But copywriting your shit doesn't come with full protection. It's not like that anymore. In fact, that's partial protection. You have to trademark it so nobody can take it. That's the thing. Because if you copyright, cool, somebody can still come true and steal your shit. Now you got to take them to court. And when you're in court, that's the long game. Court is the long game. That's not short term. So you better pray you got words are hard. You better pray you got bans. Because real talk, copywriting is not going to help nobody no more. You can copyright all your shit and people can still take it. You got to trademark it, bro. Trust me. Absa did a breakdown earlier. I was watching her live, but the problem is that I jumped in at the middle, so I missed the beginning. So I was kind of confused, you know? My personal opinion is he took out this loan to fund the botting of the 3 albums in hopes it could get a big return. He's a gambler, a horrible gambler. Put OVO as collateral for the loan. That is wild. Crazy. Real talk. Only want to make music. It's tough, bro. Like, if you want to make music, you got to do it without being in the industry in a sense. But at the same time, as soon as you make that song and you put it out on the internet, you're in the industry without being signed. That's so crazy. That's how much power the industry has. God damn. Hey, I'm going to tell you this right now as well. Find a lawyer friend. Find a lawyer friend that works within music or the music industry. That mother is going to save your life. All right? I'm going to tell you that. That mother is going to save your life.
And counting. God damn. That is insane, man. The fact that this guy had already paid almost like $4 million and then he has to owe another 4.6. He owed them like $10 million, bro. He only paid half of it, and they went and said half. I don't want half. I want the whole effing thing. And if I don't get it, that owl is mine. This man really signed this bogus ass deal, this bogus ass loan. You have to be so desperate to sign something like this, or you have to be so naive to think that you were just walking away with this type of money and nothing bad could happen if you didn't pay it back. Now the conversation is, why didn't he just pay the full amount? If he has the money to pay it, why not just pay the whole thing? Why just pay half of it? If you know that your company is at risk because you put it up for a loan, you might as well just pay that whole thing. It's the fact that he's asking for a loan in the first place is what seems suspicious. People want to clown people for not riding in a private jet. People want to clown people for riding a commercial on a plane. And it's those same people that are putting their label up for collateral. This revealed a whole...
That's why I hate the fans. I truly hate the fans because y'all don't know how this life come by. Y'all don't know how this rich, expensive, lavish life come by. To be honest, the way I'm looking at it now is that it takes more money to live this than to actually live. That's the thing. Look how much money that comes up out of your bank account. And then how much time do you have to like sit back and actually relax? Is this why he keep going to Turks and Caicos? You even need to stop going to Turks and Caicos. I ain't gonna hold you. You might have to start flying these girls in. You can't keep taking that plane out because it's expensive to use. It's easy to come by, but it's so expensive to use. Every time you take off, everything needs to be 100% in order. Unless you want to fall out the sky. That's so crazy. Yeah, you got to fly these girls in, gang. And hey, you better pray these girls will be asking for like 5-6 figures. Because they're going to bleed you dry. Holy shit.
Can of worms. If Drake doesn't pay this money back, there's a chance that he could lose his label. And it seems like he might not be as rich as people think. But
sell
Drake's
the house.
Finances are starting to look like they're in the danger zone. Y'all let me know what you think, because at this point, either he's desperate for money because he ain't got none, or two, his team is so idiotic and his friends don't know what they're doing. But at that point, it's really up for debate. Y'all could tell me, what do you think about this in the comment section and let me know. Y'all make sure y'all like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel. To donate to the channel, make sure you hit the Cash App at the top right corner of the video or the link in the description. I appreciate everybody out here. Join the Patreon too. I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace. Keep it a legend.
Hey, Shanice, ain't that the truth? Live within your means is the phrase of the day. Tiff, that's what I've been saying since day one. The biggest mistake, your most foolish mistake you have ever made was to sue your own label. You gotta pay those lawyer fees. And knowing that your name comes with wealth, your name comes with a so-called billionaire status, them lawyer fees are going to be expensive. It's almost as if you checkmated yourself. That's crazy. That's crazy. With the information that we've been learning, with the information that we've been finding, going through this timeline, going through this story that's been developing, bro, your business decisions that you make is the reason why you're in situations like this. Forget Kendrick Lamar calling you out on his songs. Forget that, because that's already been established. It's just that when Kendrick Lamar called you out, now the world knows. So instead of wasting your money on the lawyer fees at the time of the beef, you should have spent your money. You should have used your money to cover up everything Kendrick's been talking about. That's why I say this rap beef goes deep. is deeper than just a battle. It's honestly, at this point, it's deeper than just an era versus era battle. Because that was my peak for how I would describe the battle. But at this point, to what this is developing into, it's far beyond era versus era. I don't even know how to describe it anymore. That's the level of this ish, though. That's why I'm concerned. Impressionable minds, yes, we have very easy impressionable minds in Toronto. Like I said one and many times, we don't got a culture. We have multiple international cultures, but without that culture itself here, we're missing that kind of knowledge that makes us great. So now we're great, but now we slow. But he has one way from Mike. Boy, beat it. Reina, don't kill me. Flex, and those albums didn't make the money he thought it was going to make. Not at all. Not at all. Don't forget those splits. Don't forget, he's almost in a double 360. On top of the loans. Let's not forget what Birdman said. Okay? We watched the interview with Nick Cannon. We've seen some of the clips with Birdman. He's in business with Drake for life. That came out of Birdman's mouth. He's in business with Drake for life. And that was the statement of the reel. Yo, Quickie, did I send you that reel? Let me know if I send you that reel, because honestly, I might take the time right now to find it. Because that can like sum up everything right now. Because I don't remember if I sent you the reel or not, so I'm going to try and find it. Just bear with me for a second. He's getting loans from UMG friends. That's wild. Man, shout out iShow Speed, bro. That man is a legend. Who is his financial advisor? God. Because I don't think nobody, and I mean nobody, is like his financial advisor. And even then, even if you have a financial... Yo, W Mooks, bro. I see your clip, bro. W Mooks. W Mooks. I'm going to play this after. But let me see if I can find that clip first, and then we can end this video. I hope I sent it to you, bro. No cap. Even if I can't find it, the statement's already... This is spiritual flex. Girl, I do what I do. I do what I do, you know? Oh, man. Wait. Spiritual? No. What am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. Nigga, where you at? Where you think you sent it? I don't even remember. That's the thing. Why am I getting so many notifications? I hope I sent it on Instagram. Did I send it in the Discord? Hold on, I'm really trying to find this clip because that would like help sum up everything. What'd you think of? Oh no. Did I send it from the Flexion My Network Instagram account? You don't remember? God damn, I need that. Damn, let me check my Instagram account. Let me check my Instagram account because nah, bro, that would really help me right now. And like I seen this like a couple weeks ago, so it's been a while. If you send it on IG, I didn't check yet. I was MIA this week because of B-Day. No, I get that. I'm about to check Discord right now to see if I can find it. Maybe I sent it into the lounge chat. So I'm about to send that right. I'm about to check that right now. I hope I can find this. No cap. I really hope I can find this. No cap. Because I don't think I sent it to you personally. Nah. Damn, I can't find it. You know what? Let me try Googling it. I'm gonna use my last resort. Hold on. Hold on. Images. Reveals whopping amount that he's made from Drake. Billions. I know he made billions. The way I'm actively trying to find this, it's actually dead ass. Speaks on having 75 million bank account for 20. Damn. Bro, I gotta find this, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, I gotta find this. Jesus God, bro. 2 billion. Birdman reveals. No. Hold on. Is this it? Don't tell me Twitter's to the rescue. No way. No way Twitter is gonna save me right now. You wasn't MIA, you was drunk. Don't kill me. Forever in business with Drake. Cashman says Jersey is due to release one more project through the label. How long ago was that? 2019. I mean, it's not the video. Hold on. It's not the video that I want. But if Complex has the article, then I think that's good enough. You know? So let me send this here. So like I said, it's not the video that I want to share because I cannot find it for the life of me. But this right here, I mean, what more do you want from me, gang? Birdman and Slim Williams says they are forever in business with OBS. I wonder if it's that girl, actually. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on, let me go back to Instagram real quick. Hold on a second. I think it's the video with the black girl, Quickie. Cause I remember that she was talking heavy, but hold on. I remember she was talking heavy, but
there's been an update.
Hold on. Did you find it? Yo, W Quickie, what? W Quickie, bruh. Hold on, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. W Quickie, man, real talk. W Quickie, hold on. Let me go on my Instagram and pull it up real quick. We got the clip, ladies and gentlemen. We got the clip, bro. W Quickie, bro. Real ish. I knew it was that girl. I just didn't know which one. But yeah. All right, this is the part where you play. Like, hold on. Can I open a new tab? Please and thank you. I don't want the goddamn picture. Hold on. Because they trying to play with me right now. Actually, let me go to her Instagram. Let me go to her Instagram real quick. Ah, there it is. There it is. All right, bet. So, let's go ahead and run the clip real quick, all right? Yo, W quickie for this. As soon as it plays. I don't know why I don't want to play. I don't know why I don't want to play, nigga. Play for me. Shit. Like, hold on. Let me refresh because you know the internet be moving slow. You know what I'm saying? The internet be moving slow. So let me refresh real quick. Oh my gosh, I don't even know who this is. The many face goddess. That's how you're feeling? All right, let's try again. Nick, bruh. Okay, what the hell? You know what? You know what? I know what to do in times like this. I know exactly what to do in times like this. Hold on. We're going to download this. Hey, I know exactly what to do in times like this. Because I don't understand why it don't want to play. And I'm not about to sit here and wait. I don't know why it's not playing. All right, hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Just give me about like what? Give me about like what? 20 seconds, 10 seconds? Because it's downloading right now. We're playing this one way or another. We're literally about to play this one way or another. All right, cool. All right, cool. And I'm about to switch my screen right now, so just hold on a sec. I don't know why the Instagram reel is not playing, but that's not gonna stop me. That's not gonna stop me right now. So why isn't it opening? Is the question. So why isn't it opening is the next question. Can I play it here? Bro, the fact that I'm about to use this is hilarious. All right.
This is what Jay
Honey, girl, slow down.
When he was telling Drake.
Slow your roll.
Your contract is worded.
Slow down. You're moving fast.
I think he means it.
You moving fast. Okay. Girl, you speed running right now. Slow down. Damn. All right, let me switch my screen. I told you, one way or another. That's all I gotta say. One way or another. Swear that though. Oh my fucking God. I don't want the actual player. Pay my internet bill. It is paid. It's just slow, nigga. Oh my Jesus. Like when I say we got terrible internet, it's like it's slow. Like our internet is actually bad. Like I'm being so for real right now. Like our internet is horrible. But that's not gonna stop me right now. Like you sent it to my IG, but it's not playing off my IG for some reason. That's the thing. I don't know why it's not playing. Like I literally clicked on it and it's not playing. Hold on, let me try. Hold on, let me try opening up as another player, but I don't get it, bro. And I can't even open it on the internet either for some reason. Hold on. So how's everyone's day? Y'all doing good, by the way? Everybody's great? Like what time is it? 6:44? Okay, I'm supposed to be out of here soon because I've been streaming for a long time. Like it's about to be like 5 hours. I got way too many windows open right now. Internet Explorer. Hold on, let me try close. Let me close Discord.
This one gonna hurt y'all little feelings. This is what Jay-Z meant when.
All right, Boomski, we lit. Pause, by the way. Pause. That was a hell of a pause moment, but here it is. I just don't know why the screen is so large, but we bringing it down. We bringing it down. Bro, I gotta work for this video. Like, this is the one video I gotta work for, bro. What the hell? But it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it because, well, first of all, the editing that gotta go into this is crazy, by the way. The editing that gotta go into this is crazy. All right, cool. Oh, finally, bruh. God damn, that took forever. All right, cool. So I was mentioning that Birdman did mention that he's in business with Drake for life. This is the video I was talking about.
And this one gonna hurt y'all little feelings. This is what Jay-Z meant when he was telling Drake, in perpetuity is how your contract is worded. I think he means this too. I think he means it.
About how he turned in the last album on his deal. What is the current status?
We forever in business with Drake.
Because of the masters, at least.
We forever in business with Drake.
Is there? What's the next deal look like? Is it?
We forever in business with Drake.
I mean, we can't speak up on none
All
of
I can tell you is we forever in business with Drake.
Looks to me like he signed that name in blood with Birdman.
And perpetuity means? What does perpetuity mean, Lord Tyrion?
Forever.
Forever.
Checkmate. 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 God damn it. Checkmate. I don't know what you signed. But I hope everything works out. I don't know. I don't know. I hope something works for you, bruh. Because like I said, I don't know what you signed. But if you think that's the best thing for you to sign, do what you got to do. That's all I got to say. Do what you got to do. Because I feel like whatever you signed is really hurting you more than helping you. And it's definitely has gotten to a point where you're going to have to start questioning things. Right? So, all I got to say is that I hope it's worth it, man. What do you mean the screen went blank? I mean, my screen fine to me. My screen look fine to me. I gotta get out of here by 7, to be honest. So I'm just gonna go ahead and end that recording. I'm gonna go ahead and end that recording, bruh. That was recording for like 47 minutes. We went on a journey to find that video. We went on a journey to find that damn video. I don't think I can get to the music today because we spent a lot of time just researching. I think we spent the research time. I think we spent the reaction time to the music videos on the research time. Damn it. It is what it is. Y'all still see me? Like, I went on my phone, everything looked fine. Like, did y'all see the video at least? Is my question. Yeah, I'm on the stream right now. Like, everything literally looks fine. Okay, let me turn off my notifications again because that shit pissed me off. Got a comment? Yo, cat, it actually went blank? Are you serious? What? It looks fine to me right now. Hold on, let me try play it again because I still have it open. Let me know if the screen goes blank real quick. Because I know, like, sometimes my camera's paused? Why the hell my camera paused? You heard it but couldn't see it? Can you see that now? Can you see that window right there? Let me know if you can see that. All right, so you can see it. I don't know why my computer be playing with me, bro. Like, this shit pissed me off, bro. Bro, at the worst time. All right, I'm going to check the stream to make sure everything's straight. So far, it looks good. All right. All right, we're going to play this right now.
And this one gonna hurt y'all little feelings. This is what Jay-Z meant when he was telling Drake, in perpetuity is how your contract is worded. I think he means this too. I think he means it.
About how he turned in the last album on his deal. What is the current status?
We forever in business with Drake.
Because of the masters, at least.
We forever in business with Drake.
Is there? What's the next deal look like? Is it?
We forever in business with Drake.
I mean, we can't speak up on none of
All I
that.
can tell you is we forever in business with Drake.
Looks to me like he signed that name in blood with Birdman.
In perpetuity means... What does perpetuity mean, Lord Tyrion?
Forever.
Forever.
And this one goes.
Let me just go ahead and move this back real quick. Yeah, I need to work in the music industry, bro. I need to work in the music industry. What more can I say? That's my next question. Like, what more can I say? Oh, shit. Absa got a friggin' live about to start. Aubrey is broke part 2. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. There's literally nothing more I can say. There's nothing. Oh, he dropped the music video. Oh, shit. There's nothing more I can say. There's nothing more. That video is like the exclamation mark. That's the end. Like, literally, like, after that, there's nothing more I could say. At this point, I just got to take my videos, chop them up, put them in the cap cut, excuse me, words are hard, export, and then just upload to YouTube, because at that point, there's nothing more for me to say. There is absolutely nothing more for me to say. What do you want me to say? Like, like, I'm literally just like, that's like, I'm speechless damn near. Because the mystique that was shown to the world, it's like, it's getting unveiled. You know? I'm just praying for Toronto's success, man. I'm praying for Toronto's real success. Alright? That's the only thing I pray about right now. God damn. God damn. Alright, so it's 6:57 right now. We've been streaming for about 5 hours. I think this is the best time to call it. I gotta wash some clothes. I gotta edit these videos. And I got work tonight. At 10 p.m. So, you know me, I be working security. I gotta go do my thing out there, you know? Gotta go do my thing out there, real shit. But happy Juneteenth, man. Real talk, happy Juneteenth. You know? I know there's still sunlight outside. I'm gonna go and try my best to work fast so I can go at least enjoy a sunset. That would be lovely. You know what I'm saying? That would be really lovely. But gotta stay on your toes. It's almost mandatory to stay on your toes now. God damn. Final thoughts? I ain't got no final thoughts. This is it. This is it. You know? W stream for sure. Absolutely. I can't believe I streamed for 5 hours. You understand how long it's been since I streamed for 4? And I still got energy for tonight? Hey, bro. I do what I do. We got some editing to do, ladies and gentlemen. It is now 6:59 going into 7 p.m. I got to put some clothes in the wash. I got to get back up here, and we got a job to do. I'll be in the lounge if anybody want to pull up in the lounge, but I got to get this editing done, real talk. I want to try to put this video out as fast as possible. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to schedule it, and we're just going to wait for it to upload at that point, right? But I'll be in the lounge for anybody that's in the Discord that want to pull up. Shout out to the Flex Mob, shout out to the Shadow Mob, shout out to the YouTube Mob, shout out to the Twitch Mob, all right? Fun fact, I heard Twitter is trying to incorporate live streaming. I don't know how I feel about that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like we're gonna have another kick situation, but listen, y'all know the spiel. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We're gonna get up out of this mother. All right? We're going to save everything music-wise for tomorrow. We're going to have a song battle tomorrow for anybody that want to pull up. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be the start. And we're going to vibe. Apps is live. You know,